All right, good morning, and welcome to Wonderful Wednesdays at Westport. Glad to have you with us today. For those of you who joined us yesterday for our virtual class from OESD, thank you for joining us. I think everybody really enjoyed it and learned a lot, and we hope to have more of those in the future. So great, thank you so much. And I think it's still available. It's available for 24 hours. So if you go to our Facebook page, our Instagram page, you should be able to still see the link and use the 25% discount coupon. Very cool, huh? Okay, here's what we still have coming up this month. Today we have a new owner's sewing class with Barbara, and this afternoon beginning sewing. And they're two totally different classes. Beginning sewing is learning sewing techniques, and you make a cute little zippered bag, whereas new owner's class is how to use your new machine. So those are the ones to be looking for. If you've recently bought a machine from us, you need to come to the new owner's class. And beginning sewing is for everybody who wants to refresh their sewing skills. Next Monday is the double wedding ring table topper, Judy Niemeyer quilt with Debbie Deason, who is a trained Judy Niemeyer teacher. It's really attractive. When we go in the classroom, we'll point out some of these samples. On the 27th, Tuesday, is the Quick and Easy Stash Buster quilt, which I will show you a sample of in just a minute. And that's taught by Charlie Smith. 28th, UFOs with Barbara. So everybody comes in and says, well, what is a UFO? Well, it is an unfinished object, and we all have many of those, and Barbara will help you get it finished. So that's from 10 to 4. You don't have to come for the whole day, but it is from 10 to 4, so you can stay the whole day if you so desire. And then on the 29th, I will be doing a Bernina new owner's class focusing on embroidery. So if you have an embroidery module, sometimes called a quilting module, for your Bernina, and you need some instruction on that, please come to that class. And then on the 30th, the last day of the month, we have Beginning Quilting with Barbara. This is an all-day class from 10 to 5 where you will learn how to make a quilt, how to piece, how to put it together, and how to bind it. You make a small little table topper, but that is a great class for those of you who are new to quilting. Then coming up in October, we will be at the Bluegrass Shop Hop on the, I think it's the 14th and 15th of October. It is the 14th and 15th of October. This is out in Shepherdsville and is a really fun time. I've participated in it for many years. There are lots of vendors, beautiful quilts, and it's just a great opportunity to be with other quilters. So we invite you to that. I think you can go to Bluegrass Shop Hop online, or you can go to the Busy Lady Quilt Shop website to get more information about that. And then ta-da, at the end of October, we are having our first Bernina event of the year with, I think, Kathy Shalda, who has done events for us before, and we're really crazy about her. On the 28th of October, we will have an all-day hands-on class on our 7 series, our 790 sewing machines, sewing embroidery machines, and you will make a pillow. It's called Savvy Stitchwise. Sorry, I'm still learning. Savvy Stitchwise, and we would love to have you join us for that. Our Bernina events are always so much fun. We include breaks, snacks, lunch, door prizes, and just the opportunity to learn so much and to be with other people who have the same interests as you. And then on that Saturday, we will come back and have an overlocker event. If you have not tried out our L8 series overlockers, this is a great opportunity for you to try it out. We will also make a different pillow that day. I think it's a neck roll type pillow. So we do invite you to join us for either or both of those events. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. We've got a great instructor, and it's something you'll really, really enjoy. So if you have any questions, give me a call at the store, 502-412-6040, or email me at lcarswell@vacauthority.com. You can also go to our website, vacauthority.com, to get more information about our classes. We have an interactive calendar on our website where you can just click on the class you're interested in and sign up from there. we'll also have some other new classes coming up in, I'm going to walk over this way, Chris. In October, we are so very excited to announce that Mary Bauer will be returning to teach a class for us. She is going to do this puff quilt that is the cutest thing for a baby. It's just so soft and fun. And she, yeah, if you can get a close-up on that. She said, you will learn in the class, you will get everything drawn out, and you will get the first 2 rows completed so that you can go home and finish the quilt. But it is absolutely adorable. And of course, Mary Bauer has, you know, is amazing and has such an amazing reputation. And it's a great privilege to take a class with her. As promised, I have the Stash Buster quilt sample here from Charlie. This is one of these, this is so interesting. I watched a video yesterday on how this is done. You start out with a gridded Pellon type fabric and put down little squares, like this is a 2-inch square, I think. You put the little squares in each of the boxes and press them down, and it's, you know, it's a fusible type fabric. Then you stitch one direction. You just turn it over and stitch, 1/4-inch seam, and then you turn it the other way and stitch. So it's really fast, and they're all it's like working a puzzle or a mosaic or something like that. You can choose whatever design you want, and there are hundreds of designs out there that you can follow, but it's a good way to just use up all your little scraps because you're working with such small pieces. So that is the Stash Buster quilt. Also have, this is a new sample that Charlie made this week. And if you are interested, we are going to kit this up. This is a new collection of Christmas fabric that we got in not too long ago. The center part is made of 5-inch squares, and then it's just bordered out with a border type fabric. Charlie said it took her about under 3 hours to put it together, so this would be a great, if you want a Christmas quilt to decorate your home at Christmas time, this is a good quick project. If you're interested in a kit, I think it would be around probably $50-ish. Let me know and we'll make you up a kit. So we're getting ready to put that on our quilt frame, so leave that there. And then I would like to walk over, a couple of things. Still taking orders for the Cafe machines, the 475 and the 770 with or without the module. If you're interested in being on the list for one of those machines, because it is a special edition and we have a limited number, please let us know and we'll take your deposit, and then you will be on the list to get the first ones that come in. Also, this Saturday, our sister store up in Indianapolis, Quilt Quarters, is having their original owner, Kay England, do an event for them where she'll be presenting the new Bernina 735. So it's a 7 series with embroidery quilting module. And so we will be having extended financing from Bernina this weekend that will be available at all of our stores. So if you have been holding off purchasing your Bernina until you could get the 0% financing, this is the time to do it. So 0% financing on any purchase over $3,000 with the Bernina credit card. So awesome. And then over here, we are getting in new fabrics. So we are actually going to have a new fabric wall or new fabric display. So these are some of the beautiful new fabrics that we've just gotten in. These gorgeous, gorgeous fabrics from Timeless Treasures, and there is a panel that goes with it that's to die for. Then we've got a bunch of the Paula Nadelstern fabrics from Benartex. We have this group, which is really colorful. This particular piece is for autism. It benefits autism. The company, which is Timeless Treasures, came out with that fabric to, I guess, to let people know, be aware of autism. And I'm sure some of the income from that goes to the Autism Foundation. This adorable group right here, if you've got a fisherman in your life, there's some really cute pieces that would make a good grouping. And this one I love. This has got a kind of an oriental flair to it, but it's elephants. I don't see the elephant piece. Well, here's a little elephant piece, but everybody likes elephants, so there's some fun things in here, very colorful as well. So that's what we've got new, and that's what we have coming up at Sewing and Vacuum Authority. So we're going to walk over here to Barbara, and she's going to give you a little lesson on stabilizers today. All righty.
Well, good morning, Linda. Good morning, Chris. And
Good morning.
Hey, Barbara.
how's everybody out in YouTube land or Facebook land? Well, I've had quite a few questions lately about how to hoop your stabilizers and your material that you're going to embroider something on. So I thought I would just introduce you to some of the little tricks that will probably help you in doing that. I've got a hoop here. It's an embroidery hoop, and there's several different kinds of stabilizers. You've got a cutaway, a tearaway, a washaway, a heat away, where you can iron and it'll dissolve, are the main ones that you look at, and also a staple stick. Now the staple stick is it's got a paper film over the top of it, and you hoop it, and then you score it and pull that paper off, and it's sticky, so it holds your fabrics down. And that is really important if you're not going to hoop. Now, you do not have to hoop everything you do, okay? I know there's not, some people think if you don't hoop it doesn't happen. Well, I never hoop anything, so that's the days gone by.
Yep, yep.
But some of the machines have a stabilizer stitch that actually goes around your design to hold it still while you're embroidering it, and others do not. But there's a spray called 505 that's a temporary adhesive that you can spray on your stabilizer to hold your fabric down while you're embroidering it. And now on the 505 spray, the only bad thing about it is it'll get your hoop all gooped up. And but if you take Menon's aftershave or something like that, Menon's,
What is it called? Electric shave.
Electric shave, yeah. It's not electric, it's electric, L-E-C-T-R-I-C. Electric shave, and that will take all the gook off all your hoops. So that's a little tip that not many people know. And but it works. Really works.
It does. And Kroger has a generic one that's even cheaper.
Okay. Well, all these little things help when you're doing embroidery. So when you're going to hoop your stabilizer, you put it in your hoop, and you're going to put your hoop in your outer hoop into the inner hoop, and you're going to push it down so it's in there good. Now, when you get it in there, you want to tighten it as tight as you can with your hands, and then you want to take it in and stretch it. Now, when you stretch it, you want to take it and stretch it to the center of your hoop. If you do it to the outside, you'll liable to pop your hoop out. So always do it to the center. Go up your hoop like that, the sides, and do the corners, and do the top and bottom. But you're always pulling into the center of the hoop, never to the outside. And that will make your stabilizer nice and taut. And so then you can put it in your machine. Now, when you get that done, then you can just lay your fabric on there and do whatever you're going to do as far as embroidery goes. Now, we also have this little stabilizer guide that from OESD, and this tells you about the different stabilizers and what they do and how to use them, which is a great little guide, especially if you're unfamiliar with some of them. But one particular one that we like to use is a Polymesh Cutaway stabilizer. Now that you use on anything that's going against the body, especially children and babies, because they can't stand the itching too much from other stabilizers. But that Polymesh is very soft, but it's very strong. and you can't go wrong in using that. In fact, I use that most of the time anyway. And you want to use a cutaway stabilizer when you're not going to see both sides of your item that you're embroidering. And like if you were doing the back of a jacket, you'd use a Polymesh, or if you were doing a onesie for a baby, you'd use a Polymesh because it's not going to scratch them. Then when you're doing towels, and well, that's one of the main things people like to do is Monogram towels. And a towel, as you know, has a loops on it. Well, you want to use a wash away or a tear away stabilizer on the back, on the bottom of it. But then on the top, you also want to use a water soluble topper, and it looks kind of like saran wrap. And you want to lay that on top of it, and what that will do is it will make the loops on the towel lay down when you're doing the embroidery, so that when you get through doing the embroidery, it will keep the loops down and it will cover up your embroidery. And that's one thing that some people have trouble with. They don't know to use that water-soluble topper, and when they get through doing it, it looks like they've been embedding the stitches into the towel. And that goes for anything with a nap, like fleece or any of those minky and all those kind of things that are fun to do, but you need the water-soluble topper on top of it. Another thing that have been asked about lately is the freestanding lace. The freestanding lace, you want to use a fibrous wash-away stabilizer in the hoop. Then you can stitch whatever you're doing, like if it were Christmas and you were doing an angel for somebody for an ornament, then you would put the stabilizer in the hoop. Then you would also, when you get through stitching it out and you wash it, then you don't want to wash everything away because you want some of that starch that's in that stabilizer to stay with the thread. And a freestanding lace is taking thread and doing a design, and it's all made out of thread, and there's very seldom any fabric involved in it. There are some things that does have fabric involved, but freestanding lace itself is strictly thread being sewn into a pattern. And it's really beautiful stuff whenever you do that kind of thing. And so if you have any questions about stabilizers or how to use them or what to use, anybody here at the store or any of our stores would be able to help you with that and be able to give you some advice on it, on which one to get for what. And so come on in, see us, and we'll be glad to help you out. And thank you so much for joining us this morning.
We do have the brochures available for folks, I think.
Right, that's what I said.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you say that.
Yeah.
Okay, and just quickly, Chris, if you I want to point out this is the double wedding ring that we'll be doing next week with Debbie Deason, Judy Niemeyer. We will be starting our fabulous block of the month. That will start back later in October. If you're interested in that, get in touch with us. And we just thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Barbara, for your informative talk on stabilizers, and that's good information. There's so many, when we first started doing this 20 some years ago, there was one stabilizer, right?
Not today, though.
I think it was a tearaway.
Right.
And there's so much more now. There's so many more threads. I mean, so there is a large learning curve, especially if you're new to embroidery. If you are new to embroidery, we encourage you to come to Barbara's class, or my class for the Berninas next week. Barbara has a class in October in Clarksville, and probably we'll have one here as well. And then after the new owners class, we also have the beginning embroidery class, which is a really good one, and then from there you graduate to Embroidery Club. So and in each of these classes you will learn so much about the proper uses of the stabilizers and the threads and that kind of thing.
Right, and then with the Embroidery Club, the purpose of that is to be able to learn different techniques. And so every month we do a different technique, and we've really done some fun things. And we'll be doing some freestanding lace for Christmas, and we'll be doing some mylar in some of our designs. So come on in; it's a lot of fun, and you learn lots and lots. It is.
All right, we thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you next week. Have a great week and a great day and a great week.
Bye bye, everybody.